Welcome to the Love Sessions. I'm Nori, and my universally amazing, beautiful, dynamic, magnificent, sparkly, gorgeous, diamond.
Oh, enough!
I'm sorry.
Oh God, no!
I just have letters, to cue me. I was like,
Too bad we can't use emojis, like one of our other love sessions. We talked about the emojis. It's just...
Oh man, I just use all my favorite emojis to talk about you.
Oh,
hi, Lil.
Hello, beautiful Nori.
Thank you. So this is Love Session 33.
Ooh.
Numbers.
Love those. Love them.
Yeah. And I love the interview that you sent me with Olivia Newton-John.
Yes.
I mean, I have binge watched it because she's so amazing.
Yes.
She's so amazing, and dealing with her third bout of cancer with the most incredible, in my estimation, self-healing attitude ever.
Yes. I mean, talk about inspiration. We were just talking about that recently in another Love Sessions. Talk about being an inspiration, right? The courage and empowerment there. Wow. I've listened to it myself a few times.
Yeah. So I love so many things about her, but I love how she's choosing how she wants to think about it, and she's choosing how she wants to behave, and I especially love that she is refusing to really listen to doctors' prognoses. Mm-hmm. And I think I talked about this in another session, that when I was working with hospice patients, there were two kinds of patients. There were the patients who said, the doctor said, I'm going to be dead Thursday, and they went ahead and died. And the other type was the person who said, he said, I'm going to be dead Tuesday, I'm going to live for a few more years. And they went ahead and did that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she made it seem that she noted, the prognoses, and she said that the doctor said, that X amount of people get this, here's what happens. And she just noted it, but she put it away. And she's choosing to live more fully and longer. And I think by virtue of making that choice, so many other things in your life, behaviors and more choices, come forward for you to choose them, to facilitate that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The sentence that really hooked me when I was, actually I read it first and then I listened to it, was when she said, denial is really good.
Absolutely.
Because I have always believed that. And, there's that thing like, oh, denial is not good. You have to face the truth. You have to face your fears. You have to face this. You have to face that. You know what? Sometimes a little denial is healthy. And
I agree.
If you can springboard from there to a better place, past all, the ugly reality that someone else is serving up, and springboard from there to your own reality, then why not?
Yes.
Why not? So yeah, I love how she's doing it on her terms.
Exactly. And denial is an amazing thing, right? Mm-hmm. So in Gone with the Wind, I'll think about this tomorrow. Yeah. Absolutely. You just put it off, Mm-hmm. And while you're putting it off, she's doing amazing things in her life. Like she's making lifestyle adjustments according to her energy level, and she's 71. So when she was showing Gail her horses, because she used to have regular horses, she's got these beautiful little baby horses, and she said, I can't really ride anymore, so this takes away the feeling like I want to be riding, so she made such a great adjustment to take away that reminder, like, oh, you can't ride anymore. But instead, she's got these two beautiful little creatures that she has the most loving and intimate relationship with, and that is satisfying. Instead of looking at what she can't do, she's doing more of what she can do.
Right. And it's really opening up a whole other dimension of that connection between a human and a horse, which is, it's such a beautiful thing. But it's not just one thing. It's like here, she went to a whole other place with it. And it works for her. And it's beautiful and inspiring. I have to go back. I love what you bringing in what you said about the Gone with the Wind. And that's phrase, because that was also one of my favorite phrases, because yes, she would say that, and then she was doing other things. She was like focusing on other things. And that's the thing. If we sit and we wallow, or we let the thoughts of whatever that quote unquote bad thing that's happening or could happen just kind of go on and on and on and snowball in our minds and just keep going and opening up and getting bigger, because that's what will happen.
Exactly.
We'll be really rendered helpless, and we'll be paralyzed with that worry and that fear. But putting it aside, it's not saying it doesn't really, like, oh yeah, I'll think about that tomorrow. I'm in denial about that thing. But it's funny, even when you say I'm in denial, you're still saying, yeah, I know that thing is there. I'm just choosing to not accept it. I'm denying it. It's like, right, it's, I'm pushing it aside because I'm doing this instead.
Exactly. I'm living life a different way. I'm living life a different way, other than the way that diagnosis or prognosis would box me into.
Right. And that is so empowering. I mean, there's so many studies that show, and you as a nurse, of course, you've talked about this and you know that what we think and what we feel and what we decide about our own physicality completely influences our health.
Absolutely.
And can just change things. So just accepting what someone else tells you just because it's a statistic, because they're an expert, because studies, whatever, that makes you helpless.
Mm-hmm. It does. It can paralyze you.
Mm-hmm.
And her house and her land and the pool and her partner, right? He's gorgeous and he's brilliant and he's so supportive of her because he's totally into growing, the ultimate marijuana plants for her treatment.
Right.
And I know, but I think Gail and Olivia were a little buzzed when she was trying on the clothes. Right? It's so cute.
Yes.
They were so cute because she put on the outfit that she wore in Greece, and it still fit her.
I know, that was adorable.
And did you notice the life, like when she's putting her hand behind her head to pose it, and like the life in her was so dynamic.
Mm-hmm. She came across as someone who is completely head over heels in love with herself.
Yeah.
And I adore that. I mean, that, like I said, that just hooked me. I just wanted more of that, because that is such a beautiful thing to behold. Someone who loves themselves so much that no matter what obstacles are being thrown at them, they choose to give themselves the best possible life in moment by moment that they can. Is just, it's a hero. That's a hero to me. That's amazing.
She is a hero, and like she said, it's a choice that she's choosing the way that she's going to think about, what she's going through. And she said that the pain, initially the pain was the kind of pain that just made you cry. Mm-hmm. And even if we go through pain that intense, there are ways that we can choose to think about it that makes it not as bad as if we just fall victim to it.
Yeah. I think the powerful word there is choice.
Yeah,
choose choice. Yeah. It's always a choice. It's always, and I think grabbing on and embracing the fact that you have a choice.
Yes.
I think so many people, especially when handed a diagnosis that's so scary,
yes,
that it's paralyzing, they feel like their choices are just taken away from them.
Exactly.
So holding on to your choice is a heroic thing, but it's such an expression of love that alone can change so many things. Can just, even if it is just however long time you have left, whether it's a couple of years or a couple of decades, you're doing it your way.
Exactly. I mean, even this is, I'm a transparent co-host. I've had a back injury, and I've had, people comment on the way that I should be handling my activity level, according to them. And, if I handled my activity level according to them, I wouldn't do the things that I love to do. So it's worth it to me to push myself to do more than I, air quotes, should be doing because I love it. It's worth it to me to have that pain, which really isn't any more pain than what I live with. It's just worth it to me because I love doing those things.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that's my choice.
Yeah. And so many people just don't understand that. They really don't. It's incomprehensible to them.
Yeah.
And hopefully we at the Love Sessions, that's one of our intentions, is to inspire people to do whatever is available to them to show that love for themselves, whether it's being courageous and taking these choices or sitting back and letting other people take care of you. Whatever makes you feel that you're doing the best thing for yourself and that you're loving yourself, do that. Do that. But it's, around the same time we were talking about back injuries, because actually it's been a little over a year that my daughter was thrown from a horse and she injured her back, and she was, flat on her back for a couple of months. And as soon as she got cleared, she was right back on the horse. Wow. Now, she's still cautious. There are moments that she's still, she's working through that fear. But many people would never go near a horse again.
I love that.
But she's right back on there. And she, not only is she on the horse, riding the horses, but she volunteers at an equestrian therapy place where she just loves being left alone in the stables with the horses. As dangerous as that could be, and it's, sometimes her back still hurts, that's what she loves. So she didn't let that was her choice. And, me as a mom, I'm like, whatever you want. Whatever you want to do. Okay.
Such a good mom.
Well, I drop her off now because she's in her lessons. She's doing more, and actually, a couple of months after she got back on the horse, she got thrown again. But not this time it wasn't a serious thing. But I know that for myself, it's more comfortable for me and for her if I'm not there.
Yes.
So I drop her off and I leave and I come back and pick her up.
That's good.
Choices.
Yeah.
Just, never give up your choices.
And what the thing about choices is, when those choices no longer feel like they're working, you get to make another choice.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Just because you have option A, B, and C doesn't necessarily mean that that's all you get to choose from. Create your own D and go with that.
Exactly. Or go to J. My goodness.
Whatever, You might be the one that comes up with that one thing that somebody else was sitting there saying, wow, I really want to do that, but I'm afraid that I can't. And then they'll see you doing it and they'll be like, okay, I'm with her. I'm going that way. I'm doing it that way. So, choice, just love yourself enough to not give your choices away.
Exactly. That's beautiful. I don't even want to dilute that.
Yeah. It's so important.
Love yourself enough to not give your choices away. Oh my goodness.
And it takes love. It's not about courage or, all of that comes under the umbrella of just loving yourself enough.
Right. How can I love myself more in this moment?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I think a milkshake is in my near future. I think that's going to be love for me today.
Yum, yum. All right.
All right. I'll meet you at the ice cream shop.
Okay. I want mint chocolate chip. Okay.
Oh, amazing. I'm going to go with vanilla.
Yum. Okay.
Okay. See you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.